You know, the video that I just did on flattening the curve, where I said, look, it is our responsibility to make sure that we stop the spread of the coronavirus just by simply washing our hands and staying safe and things like that. You know, being healthy, especially men statistically, and I'm talking statistically, are more affected by it because statistically men just don't wash their hands as much as women. But the reason that flatten the curve is so important is this right here. In Italy, it is so bad that the healthcare system has been advised to not even treat the elderly, to stop treating the elderly. Can you imagine? Your grandmother, your grandfather, your uncle, your mother, your father, whoever is elderly, and the healthcare system is being advised to not treat them because, well, the healthcare system is so overloaded. That's why it's so important to flatten the curve here. Wash your hands, wash your hands. Clean, be clean. Italy has said it has all shops closed except for pharmacies and food outlets in response to the country's coronavirus outbreak, and the death toll for it has jumped quite a bit in the last 24 hours. A top Italian doctor said intensive care wards should place an age limit on beds. Wow. An age limit on beds. As a way of prioritizing medical resources amid the deepening crisis that has seen cases in Italy rise by 196 to 827 today. A sharp, drastic increase. Wow. An age limit on beds. Could you imagine? Could you imagine your beloved elderly family member, friend, whatever, and you take them to the hospital and they say they're too old, we can't treat them? Could you imagine that here? Flatten the curve and wash your hands, please. Prime Minister whatever announced the latest wave of restrictions in a dramatic appeal to the nation that came as the country of 60 million battles its biggest crisis in generations. Conte said in his 9-minute evening primetime address to the nation, "Thank you to all Italians who make sacrifices. We are proving to be a great nation." And our heart goes out to you guys. Man, I wish you nothing but the best. Nothing but the best. But we can use this as a template, as an example, as something to say, hey, we do not want to get to the point where our healthcare system is overloaded, because then you get a domino effect, and then it affects everything on down the way. So we can help stop the spread by just taking normal safety precautions, just as if you would in flu season. Maybe be a little bit extra cautious, wash your hands a little bit more, make a conscious effort. I've been making a conscious effort to wash my hands, use Lysol a little bit more, use some good old hand sanitizer. Italians have watched ever tighter restrictions slowly eat away at the fabric of everyday life as government decree on Monday stopped non-essential travel between cities and banned public gatherings. The existing clampdown on public gathering and basic travel had already emptied streets and shuttered everything from churches to restaurants. There were some reports from American tourists that said it looks like a ghost town. It doesn't even look like Italy. The existing clampdown on public gathering and basic travel had already... Oh, wait, sorry, I read that. It comes as total confirmed infections in Europe rose to 23,339, with 951 deaths, according to a new tally, which is compiled from official sources. In Italy, the number has risen to 12,149 cases and 827 fatalities. And a lot of European countries are reporting their very first deaths of people with the new contagion. So flatten the curve, guys. It's important because it helps everybody on down the line. Flatten the curve, and just wash your hands, and just take normal precautions. Don't panic, but yet don't bury your head in the sand and say, oh, everything's fine, everything's fine. It's somewhere more in the middle ground. Just like with politics, like I scream with everything about this channel, almost everything can be dealt with in a middle ground way, not overreacting and not underreacting. It's important to know these things. You guys are smart. I believe you guys can form your own opinions. All you guys need is information. Unlike YouTube, who thinks that you are dumb plebes who can't make up your own mind and therefore must be shoveled whatever information our YouTube overlords deem fit. You can help out with this just by giving me a thumbs up, a share, a like, a subscribe. Anything helps. And I love you guys. Don't panic, but yet don't bury your head in the sand either. Just be informed and take whatever precautions you deem fit. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.